So, welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about Godzilla versus Kong. So, I'm not a big fan of these series of movies other than the first one that came out in 2014. That one was a good movie because they actually tried. They actually tried to put something out that made sense, comprehensible. But Godzilla versus Kong, or Kong versus Godzilla, or Kaiju versus Kaiju, whatever it needs to be, movie was directed by Adam Wingard. Adam Wingard has brought you wonderful classics that James might know as Your Next and that 2016 Blair Witch movie.
Wait, he did that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He also directed that movie Death Note, Netflix one.
Ugh.
And people didn't like that. But nevertheless,
No, it was trash.
the writers are Terry Rossio, Michael Dougherty, stars Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby, Rebecca Hall, Lance Reddick is in the movie, Brian Tyree Henry's in the movie, a whole diverse cast of people. So this movie is the 2021 iteration of Hands Together, everybody. This is the world. The epic chapter in the cinematic monsterverse pits two of the greatest icons in motion picture history. I doubt that. I think one of the greatest icons in motion picture history is going to be Luke Skywalker. Fearsome Godzilla and the Mighty Kong, with humanity caught in the balance. And the movie starts off with this Jurassic World vibe going on with Kong, that he's in this Hunger Games dome. He's being fooled and tricked to believe that he's in the forest, and he's dreaming of gorilla stuff. And so, then this little girl comes out that doesn't speak. And she tries to calm down Kong. And he gets upset. He breaks the Hunger Games dome. And then it starts raining in it. And then it goes to Brian Tyree Henry's character. And I really hate when characters are written the way that he is, where he's just overly chatty for no apparent reason. And he knows way too much about something. Basically looking into the conspiracy theory about Godzilla and Kong. And it also goes to Millie Bobby, who's looking for Brian Tyree Henry's character. But this movie's complicated and silly. But Keith, how'd you feel about Godzilla versus Kong?
Give it this. It was better than Godzilla King of the Monsters. It was about as good as Godzilla King of the Monsters,
right,
but it was still bad.
Kong Skull Island, that movie is infinitely better than this movie. I don't like that movie at all. Like, I despise that movie, but that movie is better than this. Go ahead.
2014 version Godzilla. A giant unholy monster from out of someone's coke-fueled nightmare pops out of the ocean and starts wreaking havoc. Fights against these two other monsters that are just like radiation-eating creatures. They're fighting. The humans are treated like ants, and it's just destroying everything in its path, not paying attention to what's going on with humanity. There was a ton of realism in it because no one knew what to do. The humans were just busy running for their lives. Set pieces where the humans were the focus of it. A big-ass disaster movie, which was good. That's the way these monster movies should work.
Yeah.
The problem with this is that with King of the Monsters and with this movie is that the humans take center stage and they've got some kind of stake in the game. He said, oh no, Godzilla's out hurting people. We don't know what he's doing. We have to understand his motivations. And then it's like,
I would say they turned this movie into Jurassic World, whatever the second one is, Jurassic World Evolution. What the heck is that second movie? The second Jurassic World movie?
oh, you mean the shit show? The one with the auction and the
Yeah.
whatever, man. No one cares. Jurassic shit, all right? Even it's about as shitty as that movie. It went so completely off the rim. Apparently, the center of the Earth has some weird gravity flipping thing going on.
That's like the
And the only way, and the only way for them to survive in that gravity flip is to have an anti-gravity shuttles that, what, and then they fly through some hyperspace wormhole to get to the fucking center of the Earth because of the
it turns into the core. It turns into a core.
Yo, that's it. Holy shit. It's the goddamn core. Yes, that's it exactly. The core. This thing, it went left. I mean, I sat there on my couch, and the only upside to it was that I was drinking, and I was in the couch wearing my socks, and I was comfortable. This movie was trash. It made no fucking sense. They all get suited up in like these Avengers style outfits. We got to go to the core. Let's get on our battle armor. And they got this little 4-year-old girl with them.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
Doesn't speak, and apparently she's the only thing that can calm Kong down.
No, King Kong knows sign language. Dude, who the fuck have you seen a bug? Does anyone in their right mind think that they should communicate with the beetles or the cockroaches crawling around the fucking world? No, you just step on the motherfuckers. That's what Godzilla was doing in the first movie. That's what the other monsters were doing in the other movies. But not this one. Kong is like communicating with them with sign language and shit.
For me, again, I said that a lot of this reminded me of Jurassic World. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is that second movie. It reminded me of that rock movie Rampage, The Core.
Yeah. Oh man, god damn, that movie was terrible.
And as you said, I think the main problem is that there's too much activity with the human.
We didn't need to see all that shit.
If the movie's going to be called Kong versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus Kong, I want to see that. I don't want to see Brian Tyree Henry do the ramble talk because, hey, that's funny, right? If we just write a character that knows too much and he speaks too quickly, oh my God, do you understand this? Oh, look at this. I have gum in my mouth. Like, that's not funny.
The plucky kids who just...
yeah, Billy Bobby, you are also a person that needs to fire your agent. Because you are much better than this trash. People did this for check. That's all I can say. There's no redeeming this movie, and I didn't like the last movie. I didn't like the movie before that. I did like the movie that started all this off because it was actually competent. But this one, just in too many ways, is a movie that Universal does that Monsterverse where they're going to come out with the Invisible Man and Dracula's bride, or like whatever, Mrs. Frankenstein, whatever it was supposed to be. That is, if they continue on with that, this is how this movie would turn out. They will all turn out like this. So, nevertheless, this movie's not good. The acting is bad. Mike wants to still see it with Michael Morty.
Mike, hold up. Before Barry keep crapping on the movie, I'll say this. When the monsters are fighting, they're fighting. It is good. King of the Monsters, the monster fight scenes were good.
But you have to understand the route to get there is paved in like this bad movie.
It is just...
Be waiting to see that and just go, you should just fast forward or look at YouTube clips of those fights. And that's it. You don't need to see the rest of the movie. You don't need to see it.
Mike, do you know the twist that happens in the movie? I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Sure, from the trailer, Mechagodzilla shows up, so they end up teaming up.
Yeah, okay, there you go. That was a twist in the plot of the movie. Good job.
Yeah, kind of already saw that when I saw Mechagodzilla. I'm like, all right, well, we already know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
We're going to have to stop fighting each other to fight him.
I'm going to save you a moment of scratching your head. The unbelievableness of the technology in this movie was so far-fetched and ridiculous that they didn't even pretend. They basically fax a copy of the energy source to power Mechagodzilla. Now, I'm not mincing my words. I'm speaking very clearly.
And don't forget, there's also a China connection with all this.
Barry, what I just said, was that the synopsis of what happened in that movie?
Faxed it.
They faxed a copy of the energy source, of a near unlimited energy source, to Mechagodzilla to get it to work.
Get me, Mechagodzilla.
They basically travel to this hollow Earth.
I actually watched this movie.
They travel to hollow Earth.
Might have just done it in.
And they basically said, we need a sample of the energy source. Once they get a sample, they beam it back, they text it to their main office, and he's like, okay, it'll take us an hour to synthesize this. I'm literally sitting there like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be fucking kidding. I'm like, that's not how science works. It just makes no goddamn sense. It made sense with Godzilla and all the other Titan monsters that they would, ancient creatures from like millions of years ago, fell asleep. They fell asleep into the earth. The radiation levels on the planet had died off. Makes sense. Now we're blowing shit up, using nuclear weapons again. Radiation levels are popping back up again. There we go. That makes sense to me. The evils of mankind have given rise to the Titans to cleanse the earth. That's a good premise of that. And the rest of the movies could have just been disaster films. Dudes running, hauling ass. Godzilla's coming. Oh shit! And just like they just fucking die. We don't get that. See glimpses of that in King of the Monsters, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that damn city, Hong Kong, got fucked up in this one. Like, no one lived in that. That city was done. They were all dead. Anyone who talks shit about Man of Steel and how everybody got killed in Metropolis, they ain't seen shit.
Yeah, I will say that is true.
Hong Kong got fucked up. I was like, God damn. And then they're like, Godzilla is now leaving. He is satiated. I'm like, he killed a whole fucking country. Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Any normal government will be plotting ways of killing that damn thing.
Give me Mechagodzilla. All right, so Keith, what score would you give Kong? Whatever this movie, Godzilla versus Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla versus Kong. I'm going to give this because I have to give it a better score. I'll be fair. I'll give it a 5. I can watch the fight scenes. And some of the special effects were good. It was a trash movie. I can't see myself watching this again.
All right, so I'm going to give this a 3. Other than maybe some of the fight scenes, there's nothing else going on in this movie. And in order to get to those points, you have to sit through Alexander Skarsgård, you have to sit through Millie Bobby, you have to sit through Brian Tyree Henry, and all these handful of side characters that also play into this silly plot of just absurdity. And obviously, if it's supposed to be Godzilla versus Kong and you're going to be clashing, I could have expected something like Pacific Rim out of this. It could have been something close to Pacific Rim, but no.
This is Pacific Rim Uprising, but minus all the Chinese product placements.
Yeah. Even though they do destroy Hong Kong.
Hong Kong up.
But nevertheless, I'm going to give this a 3. And generally, the beginning of the year is where all the bad movies come out. So hopefully, we'll get Black Widow or something. and that'll make everything better. But all right, Beast Game Podcast.
Yo, the Earth's core is 3,959 miles from the surface of the planet.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. But
so they flew to the Earth's core through that magical portal, gravity portal thing, and they got there in 2 minutes.
It's the core. All right.
Stupid ass. That movie made no damn sense. And then how the hell did Millie Bobby Brown and Brian Tyree Henry get all the way from, where were they, in Boston, all the way to Hong Kong in less than an hour?
You're doing that Matt stuff now, Like Matt will talk about, like, hey, how did it, like, I don't know, Matt. I don't know.
No, I want to answer these questions, yo. This is just ridiculous.
It's like, so they just going to take that and they just going to go to this? Like, how does this little kid get on the military? But I don't know. I'm just rolling with it.
You can't roll with that, yo. Can't roll with that. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, Millie Bobby should have realized from that last movie that you should not be in the sequel. Like, you have a career. All right. Beast Game Podcast. That's it.